Ay, ay, ay. Happy Spooktober. Can we just take a second? Not the best angle, I know, but seriously? What? I am getting into the holiday spirit, so to speak. Even though I'm still very, very, very sad. And I miss my friend Di very fucking much. I really do. But I also know she wouldn't want me to stop being me either, so... Which means going full on head first into Spooktober. Ugly holiday sweater, 80s hair, because I thought it was funny, and a bit of festive makeup. We got a full-on bad situation going on here. This side we got a nice little black widow spider situation here with a web. Ooh, I forgot to say trigger warning. Spiders ahead. Sorry. Oopsie. Oh yeah, and also warning if you have a problem with skulls. Because skulls. And speaking of skulls, skull. Alright. Into the nitty gritty. Enough shenanigans? Well, can we have enough shenanigans? Nope. But into the nitty gritty. A few things may or may not have changed around here. And did I promise you guys a tour of the oil facility? Did I? Can't remember if I did. Either way, we are going. Yep. And I'm gonna fix that. I have a plan for that. But right now, that is not gonna get fixed. And I will not address what's going on that side. Well, it's gonna be that side for you. So, no, that side for you. I am not gonna talk about that yet because it's not important yet. What is important is fuel. That's very important. And if you guys haven't figured it out yet on this whole thing, is most of my recipes are actually alternate recipes that I'm utilizing to make the things that we need to make to go finish the different objectives for the space elevator. And some are great and others not so much. But let's just start from one end and go to the other end, I guess. Alright. So we are bringing up oil right here. Did I overclock this? I can't remember if I did. Yes, once. I overclocked it once. Okay. So we get the oil from here going up. Say hi, pipe. Hi. And it goes into refineries. If I seriously? Okay. Is that how you want to do it? Well, it goes into here, into the refinery. And this one is making us rubber. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 is making rubber. Yes. And the rest are plastic, because we need both. So there was not really a way to get around that, because again, we need both. So I made a mini facility, and if need be, we can take some of the plastic and let's just sneak around here. Sneak. Say hi, box. Hi. Some of the rubber, right? And make an upstairs bed over here on top of all of this. And use another recipe, which is recycle. Wait a minute, what is this? What is this? Oh, that is cute. That is a decoration though. Ah, that is cute. Okay, I want one of those placed somewhere, because that was cute. But not what we were looking for. And I'm getting all distracted because that was cute AF. Okay. If you're not gonna do what I need you to do, can we look at parts in here? No, of course not. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Fine, we're gonna go the long way around them. So, we got a nice alternate recipe. Well, we should have an alternate recipe. I don't know where it's at, but we should have one. For recycled rubber and recycled plastic. Because that's the standard. And that's the alternate that gives us heavy oil. I am very confused because I should be able to make recycled plastic and rubber. Well, maybe we get lucky. I'm already doing that one, which is nice. Don't need that because, again, already doing that one. I'll take that. And we need to save 2. But yeah, you got options here, right? So you can use the alternate recipe to take a tiny bit of the rubber, a tiny bit of the plastic, put it into a refinery, and then it's gonna give you, say it with me, more rubber, more plastic for more production. That's a no-brainer. Oh, any zombies around? I think we're good. So we can talk about brains. Right. So those recipes are very useful for a small setup, and in case you need to expand your setup a tiny bit without too much fiddle-fuddling around or too much fuss. Okay. So we got plastic, we got rubber, we got bends galore, and the heavy oil residue that we are producing because we're using the alternate recipes for the plastic and the rubber here. Okay. Gives us purple goop. Heavy oil residue, so they go into here because we kind of need to use it. And as you guys can see, it's making petroleum coke, which is a great alternative to coal if you don't want to have a bunch of purple goop sitting around. And the purple goop can be utilized for other things, but right now we're using it for petroleum coke. And they come out of the machines into the bin here, because that is our buffer box. And then they go into here, and they are regular normal coal burners, because since we are making it to help us handle the heavy oil residue that we have, why not do that? Right. Next up, in case anything gets too full up on the lines here, just in case there's emergency plan. Would you look at that, it's doing its job. So it goes into the muncher and gets munched. Alright. This were my first setup, and when I had that running so I could get the Mark II pipes. And also jump ahead just a bit. Okay, this much. Yeah, that seems about right. Because I needed to get fuel generators ASAP, because I was running into a very critical problem. And even though I didn't want to talk about power issues, that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna talk about power issues. But first, I'm gonna show you the other facility proper, because the rest of the nodes here are all getting sent into this big modular structure, and we need a doorway. I forgot about that. My bad. Hello, door. Oh, I know why. Because I wanted to make a gate. That's why. Thanks a lot, brain. No help whatsoever. This is gonna take a tiny bit of explanation, so please bear with me and please be patient with me as well. Okay. We're gonna start from the weird side, because you might be able to see that we have little tiny there we go, little tiny bottles swooshing around here, and that's not quite regular for Satisfactory, is it? So I'm using a alternate recipe that gives me diluted fuel, and since I don't have a blender yet, we ended up with a bottle situation. Yep. And if you want to see the shenanigans in grander schemes or grander scale, one of my favorite Satisfactory builders that I actually quite enjoy watching and learning from just a wee bit, Kata. He is doing a mega build where he is using diluted fuel. This recipe, to be precise, and honestly, he's doing a very good job. But I like my little tiny shenanigans built here, because it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Sending all of the water upstairs, right? And these machines right here, they take in those canisters that are swooshing by with 100 km/h speed into the machines, and the machines is filling it up with water. And then pushing out the bottles, whee, and sending them on their merry way to upstairs. But once the canisters are empty from their content, guess what? We need those canisters back so we can keep filling them with what we needed to, right? And here is my little overflow shenanigans. Because when I first started up this entire system, I needed to can some of the canisters. And pun intended indeed. And you might be wondering, why are we getting polymer resin? And I will show you why later. But right now, let's just scoop, and take a tiny break. Because I don't know about you guys, but all of this talking and running much better. Watermelon. I mean brains. So, nice and relaxed. Okay. Well, now comes the difficult part. Because did I remember to put in steppy steps anywhere? I'm pretty sure I thought about it, but did I remember to do that? Probably not. I probably forgot. Probably got squirreled. Went hunting, found some hard drives, and forgot about steppy steps. That is on me. So we're gonna fly. And we're gonna sneak in here because doors is not important when you can do this. Well, this is my pancake floor, so to speak, for this area here. And I did bring over some plastic and down there. And I had some machines making canisters, but since I made more than enough canisters, I deleted the machines. So, and here's all of the water. And here's another pipe. We'll see that later. But yeah, and more bottles and empty canisters. Watch your head. Watch my head. And yeah, they go all the way down. Already? Wow, that went by quick, those 10 minutes. Keep it. Alright, alright, alright. Let's just steam ahead. Without evaporating. And if you hear water in the background, well, guess what? I got a water feature, and it's so nice and relaxing, even though it's skibbly gobbly a bit. But it's nice. Okay. Now, next colored shenanigans. All of these are making fuel, and they are sending it upstairs as soon as the machines upstairs are ready to take in the fuel and unpack the fuel, and we will see that later. And right here is where the polymer resin comes in. So let's just land and say hi. I don't need to fly right now, so thank you. Watch the edge. These are taking in crude oil, making heavy oil residue, and polymer resin. This is another option to get more heavy oil residue, because it's the name of the game. You need all the heavy oil residue that you can get. On the other side over there, that way, the heavy oil residue were well, kind of an annoying byproduct. But here, we need that. But here, the byproduct is polymer resin. That goes into the bins. So if we need the polymer resin later, we can take them off the overflow line and take the polymer resin out of here and turn them into plastic or rubber or whatnot. And we got 8 bins to be exact for the polymer resin if need be. And here, heavy oil residue, which is full, hence why they're not doing much right now. Okay. But soon everything will be running 100% of the time, but right now it's not, because I'm not needing enough fuel yet. Well, we always need fuel, but I'm not burning enough yet. Yeah. So out of here we go. Here I was debating whether or not I wanted to use the full glass windows or keep going with the hexagonal windows, because I kind of like this view here, so I was very much debating. I still haven't come to a conclusion yet. So this is one entire floor just for fuel generators. So once you get over the coal and the steel, you kind of need to tackle the plastic hurdle first, and you can get here. So that is one floor. And it's 4 times 12, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5 times 12. And here is the next section, getting ready to eat some fuel. And then there probably is gonna be another section on top of all of this. I have yet not calculated how much fuel we are gonna be able to get out of it, but it's gonna be a lot. Alright. So let's quickly touch on why there is a road system and why there is a train. Alright. Hey truck, don't run me over. Not an invite. As you guys can see, the trucks are still not doing well. And before my train, I had a fuel station there and one right in front of me. And I even had a bit of fun setting it all up, right? Yeah, it didn't pan out nicely, even though I made a nice road with a bit of curvage. Started to decorate it, and they keep giving me trouble that I wasn't willing to deal with. And then I got interrupted by a spitter. And then I got fed up, so I deleted the truck stations down there. Now who's being hostile? You just stay there, Mr. Fluffy. So I took out the truck stations down there that were supposed to get items from here. And then I went back to here, took out the truck stations there. But then I still needed to figure out how I got my... Would you please just go away? Rubber and plastic to down there, because we needed, well, both in the main area and over in our new area. So, and I didn't want to run into too much issues with my train. So this is a closed loop and it's a push-pull at the same time. Was this directly necessary? No. But I figured no matter which way I ended up asking the train to get items from, whatever side, it would be fine. So I didn't have to, you know, get myself into too much trouble. And I'm gonna keep this on its own circuit. So if we ever need to get whatever things from here, it's gonna go on its own train line, because this is just to get my items down there. Did I go overboard? Absolutely. I could have made the line from there to there and stopped, and it would be totally fine. But then the kid in me was like, can we please do something that is a bit more fun? Would you be happy riding in a line back and forth? No. So I made a tiny loop. Like I said, not necessary. And yes, they are still floating, but I am gonna be adding some supports underneath and make a bridge system for the train like I have for my road, but I haven't had time yet. And then I had a bit of fun too. Maybe that's why I didn't have time, but that's besides the point. And I saw this kind of look like a UFO, right? So I figured if we hit that, right, and then we take another color like so, and then just add a some metal or something in the center underneath here and drag it down so it actually is supported. But wouldn't that look like fun? Honestly, I think so. That's the thought. And here, let me show you why we have that. Mainly because I needed to get my items down, right? I thought I finished this. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Did I miss this section? I might have. But I need to get my items down and send on their merry way. So, and I didn't want any problems. So, and I also didn't want to look at this logistical nightmare either, so we covered it up. Plus it gave a better well, not better, but a bit more secure looking structural aspect. So when we get the support legs in here to keep the structure up and keep it nice and secure, it's gonna look a bit more proportional and a bit more nice. But I was thinking, since we do have 2 stations now, I wanted to do something a bit fun, like make it covered and do a nice design on it, but I want to do it with you guys, hence why I haven't touched it. I just set it up and let it go. Because my first idea with the nice road system here, where I had trucks with parking spot in the middle for me and my friends here, with a grab and go section for fuel over here. Didn't quite pan out. Hence why it now looks empty. But I think I'm just gonna throw some trees down and reconfigure the power here a tiny bit, because we kind of have to. But that's future me's problem, not me now. Oh yeah, one more thing before we go and do something practical. Hey puppy! Oh, what did you get me? Some leaves. That's nice of you. Now don't get stuck in here. And did you eat your yummies? You ate your nummies, okay. I got room. There you go, buddy. Go play with Sluggo and eat your food, okay? Right. So I've been prepping a tiny bit. I haven't done, well, I did something. Wouldn't say it's much, but I did something. So since we are setting up to get copper, and we are gonna set up doing some iron right here. Let's just land again, thank you. I did some preliminary work, so I wouldn't bore you guys to death. And I have a new mod, paintable conveyor lifts, right? And they're quite snazzy. And that's what we are seeing right here. That is a Mark IV paintable conveyor lifts. And see, we can still get the items from inside. So they function as a normal conveyor belt. Let's quickly get these babies in here so we can finish doing the other side and program these babies to make us some iron ingots. Right? And oh, let's just crawl up here quickly for very good reasons. Right. As you guys can see, there is only hopefully 8. Yes. Compared to this side where there's actually 16. I think it was 16. I'm not gonna count them all again. I refuse to. But on this side we got 8 because we need to use 300 iron ore and put them into here. So they can give us ingots. Now let's grab the first machine here and say, hey dude, would you mind giving some iron ingots? So this is gonna produce 65 and we got 8, right? Just say yes. So we got 8 that produces 65. That means it's gonna give us 520 ingots. Juicy. Okay, I'm not mad about that. I am not mad about that. And I figured if need be, later, if we want to pull some more iron ore over here, we got room to set up a second line. Just in cases. And I wanted to make sure there was enough room to set up a second line, to get the water in and out, and there is. So all hunky-dory. And I'll stop jumping. Now, since we are getting 65 out, we can't use a Mark 1 lift as we can for the inputs. For the outputs, we have to do Mark 2. And we're gonna say boop. We're gonna poop all of them, poke their noses and go boop. Nicely, not meanly, so nice little boop. And there we are. Alright, next up we need a way to get them from the lifts and that away, right? So we're gonna do what we did last time. We are simply gonna put a merger saying, yeah, I need you to go that away, and into a box and fire these babies up. So we need organization and we need some boxy boxes. But before we do that, actually must be nice to ourselves and say, hey, I need a bit of space from the machinery and build menu, thank you, organization. Let's pop that there because that should no, that is gonna be a problem later and future me would not be happy. Okay, so if we do that, that way we can still get water in that away and water this way too. Yeah, future me would appreciate that. We might as well try and prevent doing double as much work later. So the only times where I don't mind having to do double or even triple work is improvement on my starter area, because my starter area for me, as I probably told you last time, I think I did, I'm pretty sure I did, is where I make things for the space elevator and for my pockets mainly, and that's it. So anything else bigger or more that might be needed, I will produce elsewhere in their own separate facilities as much as possible. And that's what we're doing right now. Because some of those basic things I am not producing enough of over there to make enough circuit boards, computers, those weird square thingies that ones need for the Space Needle at this tier. Yeah, that's better. Because we are getting very close to being able to complete phase 3. So we got output side sorted somewhat. We got water. We got a place for the iron ore to get into. So let's copy this. And yes, I can use the shortcuts, I know. So don't yell at me, but I like to make sure that I got at least one of the machines set up correctly before I try to paste anything. And here we go. And because I got a tiny bit of OCD, just a wee bit, triple check. Oh my gosh, my golly. We did it. Alright, last little bit. Power, we need power. Gonna wire. And what I just did there, you need daisy chain everything to do. Just a reminder so you don't think, why is it not working in my game? Why is it not doing that? That's why. Because I got quite annoyed with the fact that we have to do this. And now I'm destroying my wonderful little frame for my structure with wires. Because that is exactly what I would have to do. Put down a pole for every single machine. Then they should chain those together. Which is not a problem. One can do that. But honestly, I prefer not having to do that and just chain them together, hook the last machine up to our power point, and be good to go. Alright, enough being cheaty, sounding like a cheat teacher. Let's see. Ooh, that's a pretty sight. Look at that. Oh, so many. Well, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, this is gonna be our giant computer facility, which means every single item that we would need to make circuit boards, high-speed connectors, and the computers and super duper computers, and maybe a couple of extra bits and bobs will be produced right here. And we might have to bring in a couple of things with crane at some point. But now we have the basis of what we may need. I'm thrilled. Honestly, I'm thrilled. And we got plenty of room to put in a couple more of these babies to make more ingots if need be. So happy days. And now you might have figured out why we have a frame going on here. Not just to intrigue the eye, but also because I wanted to see how high I needed to go within reason. So let's just get up there. Because if I went 8 meters up, or 8 big floors, right? Let me just show you. And though this is 7, but if I just went up 7, that would be enough to hit the smokestacks, right? And have them poking out. Which is all fine and dandy. But the point of this exercise were actually to get above. Up and over. So 7 meters weren't gonna cut it, and 8 meters was most definitely not, because if we take it, come on, thank you. With 8, we will somewhat just scooch right over it, somewhat. Which would be fine. But I think it's gonna be a bit hazardous if we were to do that. But that means if we go 8, right? That means that is gonna be our new pancake layer for this structure here. Sorry. Allergies is a bitch. Oh dear. So this is gonna be our pancake floor, where we're gonna send up our resources, so our resources can be sent to wherever else they may or may not be needed. So essentially what I'm doing right now is just quickly mapping out, so we know to next time what we are gonna do, because next time I'm gonna show you my first bigger fuel facility for this area. But well, in this playthrough it's not my first ever fuel facility, because that would be a lie. But that is our outline, where we're gonna fill in the entire bloody thing. Then we are gonna take our foundations and do the exactly same thing, because now we got enough room in here to do some logistics with splitters and getting in floor holes and conveyors and all of that goodness. But yeah, that's the plan for next time. So this is how we are looking right now. We got one beautiful section for copper ingots, and then some copper sheets, and we can always expand this if we need to, as it's not even an issue. We can always attach more machines to this line right here without any issues, because we got more than enough copper to go around. So that's not even a problem, right? But it's starting to look like something, and I'm quite pleased. Honestly, I am. And it was so difficult for me to not just get in here and get things done. So difficult, because I really wanted to. But yeah, hopefully this was somewhat useful, because we are gonna have to set up a bunch of constructors to make some of the basic items like screws. We need plates. I'm pretty sure we might also need modular frames at some point. And we most definitely need wire and cable. The sheets we already have, which is super. And we're gonna be doing a somewhat bigger line just for screws and plating, because we are gonna need a ton of those. I'm pretty sure we are, so don't be surprised if I can't help myself and I add in a couple more machines on this side, find some more iron ore and drag it over here. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna do that. But I figured by showing you guys this, so you get the gist of it, what we're doing, why we're doing it, what our end goal is, so it somewhat makes sense, in case I forgot. Yeah. And no, Mikey, I haven't forgotten. I'll get back to you. And Bessie, I haven't forgotten either. So, but yeah, this is the shenanigans. Now to the tedious bit, because I need to stop recording, edit, upload. And also, before we go, pretty sure we need one of these to make those square thingies. I could be lazy and just set up a box for it. But then again, what's the fun in that? But I see another thing that I need to add on my bridge. Add right there. It's gonna get some company, which is fine, no problem, because they are already there, because I actually did remember. And then we need those. But yeah, don't be surprised if we got another operational line going with more ingots, because we're gonna need a lot. We are gonna need a lot of them. So that is all. Enough rambling. I will see you when I see you. Yep. Bye. I'm just gonna fly over, continue to do some piping. Nothing to see here, nothing exciting. Okay, that's it. See you in the next one.